The Biden campaign is now taking money for the inaugural committee. Now, what is an inaugural committee? The inaugural committee, if you've is pretty much if you've ever heard of the inauguration. The inauguration is basically where we inaugurate the president. We make him president. He goes in. They make it a huge ass ceremony. The two presidents meet. That's not happening. The president and the president elect, the two pretty much presidents meet, and then they have coffee and tea in the White House or whatever it is, and then they ride to the inauguration. They have the marching band, they have galas, and they swear him in and the vice president, and it's awesome. Okay, what's the problem here? Now, it says here, President-elect Joe Biden is set to take money from big money interests. From David Dane here. Saying that Joe Biden will take money from big corporations, except for the fossil fuel industry. Now I'll get to that in a second, but he's saying that the campaign, the transition team will take, and the inaugural committee will take $500,000 per individual donation, and corporations can give up to $1 million. So 500 million, wow. $500,000 per individual, and for individual donations, and $1 million for corporations. So now, why is this a problem? Number one, he said no to fossil fuel donations. So he banned fossil fuel donations. Okay, great. He's somewhat good on one topic, like principled there a little bit, where he says, hey, I don't want your money because then you're going to be able to tell me what to do, and I don't want to be corrupted by you, and I actually want to do something about climate change. Now look, is Joe Biden going to do anything about climate change? No, God knows. He's going to be a goddamn disaster, and he's not actually going to do anything about the Green New Deal or for us. He's not going to implement the Green New Deal, and I know centuries like, yeah, he's going to do it. Just give him a chance. Yeah, whatever. He's putting fossil fuel lobbyists and everybody else in his cabinet. So is he going to do anything? No, especially when he, as I said, putting fossil fuel lobbyists in his cabinet and Congress people who supported fossil fuels. Like Cedric Richmond, who we went over and I yelled at him about it, and you guys saw that video. If not, you got to go check that out. I don't remember the video that I did it on, but I did it. But hello. Now, so okay, he has that stance, right? He basically says, I don't want to take your money because then you're going to corrupt me, and I don't want to do that. But then he's taking money from a big pharma. He's taking money from big tech, from the banks, from Wall Street. He's going to be there for them. He's going to take their money, and he's going to be corrupted by them. That's not doing anything for us, Joe. It's not. So here he is saying, I don't want to be corrupted by you, fossil fuel people, but hey, big banks, big pharma, the tech industry, the military-industrial complex, the defense contractors, anybody else, you guys can give me money, but guess what? I don't want the fossil fuel money. It's the same shit. It's the same thing. If you're saying I don't want to be corrupted, but I am going to take your money because I accept this corruption, you're still corrupt. Nothing's changed. You're still corrupt. So all this is just a bunch of grandstanding. He's not going to do anything for the American people. And I'll explain that in just a second. Now, why raise money for the inaugural committee? Let's take the pandemic out for a second, okay? In a normal inaugural committee, you would raise money, and because you have to pay for the galas. You have a bunch of like the balls that they have, the inaugural ball where the president-elect and the first or the president and at that time and the first lady have their first dance. And, they have people sing to them and for them and all of that kind of stuff. And then they have to build the infrastructure for the inauguration. They have to pay for crowd control because obviously it's a giant crowd. It's an inauguration. They have over 5 million people in Washington, I think it is. And, that right there is a lot. Now they have to do porta potties to put in the National Mall, because obviously put on the National Mall because you have a lot in there. You have a lot of people. Now, none of that's happening because most of the inauguration is going to be virtual. Okay? So we're having a virtual inauguration, and yet Joe Biden is taking that money. He doesn't need $100 million or more, which is possibly what he's going to take, or tens of millions, whatever the hell it is, to do an inauguration. So now he's taking all this money from all these big tech people, and here's my second point. He's not going to do anything for the American people. You want to know what's going to happen? The defense contractors, big pharma, the military-industrial complex, the big banks, the big tech, and every other industry in this freaking country, the healthcare industry, they're all going to donate to him, and then he's going to do what they want. He's corrupted by all of them. This is corrupt. For any of you who voted for Joe Biden, or for who said, oh my God, Theo Joe, Uncle Joe, well, your uncle's going to give you crumbs and give every one of them everything they ever ask for, even though they don't need it. Even though they are some of the ones that helped crash this freaking economy in the first place. So what's going to happen? Whenever Joe Biden makes a decision, he's going to put them first. He's going to make sure they're taken care of first. To make sure, hey, they need to be taken care of. Not you. Okay? And then he'll focus on you. So first, the big corporations and everybody else in the industry business. And then you. Oh, Republicans said we could not give you $2,000 stimulus checks. Republicans said I couldn't give you health care. Republicans said I couldn't cancel your student loan debt. Republicans this, Republicans that. They said this, they said that. Oh, but they did allow me to give money to Wall Street and tax cuts to Wall Street and give money to the military, even though they didn't need it, and give money to the defense contractors and the military industrial complex and allow big pharma to bankrupt you and price gouge you and sell medications to you unfairly. But guess what? I put them first and I didn't put you first. So screw it. Thanks for your fucking votes. That is what the corruption is. This is the problem that we have with Joe Biden, is that he's so corrupt, taking money when he doesn't need it. And now guess what? Y'all are suckers. You voted for that. Those of you who did. So again, Joe Biden taking money from for the inauguration, even though it's going to be mainly virtual. I don't know why anybody would ever vote for him in 2024 if he ever ran again.